Sometimes the hardest part of growth is releasing those thoughts of who I had to be, who we had to be, and letting go of those old identity that is keeping us stuck or blocking us from stepping into our true self. It's time, sweetheart, to let go of those old identity and start embracing the freedom of becoming. Hey my love, welcome back to today's video. Thanks for popping in again and thanks for coming. I do really appreciate for always coming back to watch my video and support me. So today we'll be going deep and talk about releasing old identity. I think I've done videos about this. I know I've done a specific video about releasing old identity, but on this video I'll be coming from different angles, and I have other videos similar like this, releasing old identities, releasing the thoughts. Sometimes those thoughts, it just not who you're supposed to be or who you used to be before. It's just thoughts in our head, who we're supposed to be, who we have been, things that we have been, who we have become, the identity, the label, the personality that we've been. But for growth to take place, like I will always say, for growth to take place or transformation to take place, there are some identities or personalities that you have to be, that you have to let go and become something new, or redefining yourself to something better, or becoming, because for this transformation to take place, you have to become a better version of yourself. There are some personality and identity that have been stuck with us due to some cultures, religions, family, or things like this that we've worn as a badge of honor, that we've worn as a label that we refuse to let go. And right now, it might have come to that time that you've realized that this is no longer helping me, it's no longer serving me. Yes, of course, this identity, this old personality, this old identity had served you at a particular time that it needed to serve you. They have served you in different way. They might have served you in positive and negative way. They might have served you in the wrong and good way. It comes to a time that if this particular excuse my language, particular old identity has served you in a very wrong way, and you've become exhausted, that right now you think you need change, right now you think you need transformation, this is the right video for you, because it comes to the weight of old labor. For example, when you go to the supermarket or you go to the shop trying to buy something, you always see a label beside that thing that you want to buy, a label that describes that particular thing, a label that describes that this is an egg and this egg is sold like this, and this is a fresh egg, or this is a biscuit made with some things that are made with this biscuit. There are always a label attached to things that you want to buy or the things that you're looking for. So old identity is also kind of a label attached to your personality that identify or describe the kind of person that you are. For example, you might say your label is, I've always been a shy person, I've always been the strong one, I've always been the fixer. This is your label and this is your identity. This is something that kind of describe you, that sometimes you don't really have to say it out or speak it out. People around you has already knows that it's a shy person, this is who she is, or this is who I am. It's already your label that described you, that describes your personality, or hold, or something that we call old identity. But most of the times our old identities don't really serve us very well. Most of the times our old identities always keeps us stuck. It refuses us to take transformation of growth. It refuses us to move forward. It refuses us to keep ourselves exhausted or shrink. Why? Because it's familiar to us. It's always already familiar to us, and we are so scared to take this step to change. We are so scared to make this transformation, and one of it is the weight of old labels. Like I said before, those old labels of who you've already been. I am the shy one, I am the fixer, I am the strong one. This is who I've already been. I'm the shy one, I am the fixer. Whatever it is, whatever label you've had to your identity, whatever label that is describing your personality, who you are right now. Of course, you might see it or think as if I'm saying right now is a bad label or bad personality or bad old identity. No, it's not bad. It serves its or a purpose at that particular time. Though it serve its purpose, it might not serve its purpose as it's supposed to serve, but it served its purpose and it kept you safe at that particular time. Yes, people loved you at that particular time as a people pleaser. You used to be a people pleaser, and people love you for it, and people knows you as a people pleaser. People knows you as a shy person, and you've known yourself as a shy person, and it hurts you. Though it makes you reject some opportunity, it makes you reject some, some things in your life, but it served you at that particular time, which I'm not talking about right now if it serves you as for good or bad, the positive or negative. But at that particular moment it did something and it served you at that time. So when it comes to label or hold identity, it's not a force. It's not something that you have to be forced to do to change it. It has to come to your realization or to your awareness to understand that yes, this identity, I don't longer need it because it's keeping me exhausted, it's keeping me stuck. It's something that I'm done with, it's something that I need to change. It's not something that you have to be forced to do. It's something you yourself or you have to realize that okay, it's now I have to change it. It's now I have to replace it with something better, or it's now that I need to take this transformation. I need to take this step. So I need to do something about it. And the other one is the fear of letting go. Like I've said before, if for example you realize that yes, this identity, this personality have served me for this period of time, or this period of years, or this label that I've applied to my name or myself have served me for this period of years. Yes, of course, it has served me in the positive and the negative way. It's time now for me to make a change or transformation so that growth can take place. Of course, when you decide this, the fear of letting go. Now you're so scared of letting go. Yes, you know that being a people pleaser is not something very pleasant, it's not something fun because it keeps you exhausted. Being the fixer, trying to fix everyone, trying to fix everything, trying to make everything perfect is not really a fun thing. Be the strong one that everybody runs to you, everybody wants you to bring the solution. Everyone are looking up to you, but there are times that you too need to cry out. There are times that you need also to speak out your mind. There are times that you also need to be vulnerable, but it's difficult for you because you're the strong one and you're so scared to do this thing, to take this place, to speak up your mind, to also look for a shoulder to rest your shoulder on. And there is a space in your heart that you don't really know how to feel, you don't really know how to speak your mind, you don't know how to express yourself because you are the strong one and everybody looks up to you. And this is really exhausting, and this is, I would say, very, very tiring, mentally, physically, and all. I don't know how to describe it, but mentally, physically, and all, because everyone wants to run to you and you're so scared to be vulnerable, to speak out, because what if I speak out? What would these people take? What if I say that, like, I'm not in the position right now to fix your problem? I'm not in the position right now to listen to your issue. What will people say? Because I've always be the strong one. This is the fear of letting go. Now, fear of judgment. If I refuse to be that people pleaser, what will people think of me? If I refuse or remove this badge that I've worn for years since childhood, that have been serving me for long, what will people think of me? Would people judge me that I'm no longer that person? Would people judge me that I'm no longer the perfect, good person that pleases, that said, yes, I'm going to do everything? Won't people judge me? And the other one is the fear of the unknown. The fear of what if I change to become something else? What if I change from this people pleaser, the strong one, the fixer, the perfect one? What will become of me? Who will I become? Things like this. You're having this thought in your head. Now, if I change, people have known me as a people pleaser. Then if I now change as a people pleaser, what will become of me? What will I become? The fear of the unknown. I've always gotten praises. People have loved me because I've always been the strong one. People have appreciated me. This is my identity. This is my personality. This is who I am. This is why I get acknowledged from people. This is why I've been loved, because of this particular thing that I have been, because of this particular thing that I have hold tight to. Now, if I decide to change it, who will I become? What will become of me? Will people still love me? Will people still appreciate me? Will people still come to me for advice? Will people still come like cry on my shoulder? Who will become of me when I decide to change? The fear of the unknown. And the other one is step to release. After now, I talked about the weight of the old label. You're wearing that weight of the old label. This is who I am. This is who I've been. This is what I am. I've always been like this is childhood. I've always wear this label. This is my personality. This is my attitude. I can't change it. You can't change it. It has served me, positive, negative, different thoughts, different story in your head. Yes, of course. Now you realize and you thought of it that, you know what, for change to take place, I have to transform to be a better version of myself. I have to transform to now start setting boundaries. I have to transform also to be vulnerable to people, also to know how to share my own thought, also to know how to speak my mind. Of course, you've thought about this. I want to change this label to be a better label. You know this label that people used to describe me, this label that I've been known with, this past identity, old self, or old self perspective that I've been known with, that people have known me for. I want to change it. I want to change it to something better. I want to change it to something nice like setting boundaries, becoming better of myself, also be vulnerable, also look for someone that I can share my thoughts with, cry to, when I'm passing through stuff, people that will also listen to me. Then after understanding and knowing that, yes, you want to change it, then the fear of the letting go appear. The fear of the letting go in your head suddenly appear. If I change this, would people judge me? People are going to judge me. The fear of the unknown. What will become of me if I change this thing? What will become of me if I change this identity, change this label? People are not going to love me anymore. This is where my accolades come from. This is why people loves me. So when I stop being people pleasing, I stop pleasing people and I start setting boundaries, people are not going to hate me. This is what I'm known for. So if I set boundaries, if I change from this person, what will become of me? After I've talked the fear of the unknown, the weight of old label, and now the third one is step to release and reclaim yourself. After you having this fear of the letting go, now I'll be giving you fewer steps to release yourself, fewer steps to step into that person that you want to become, fewer steps on how to change that label to become a better version of yourself, how to let go of this whole identity, this whole story that you'll be telling yourself, that you hold to yourself, that this is my personality, this is my attitude. If, for example, you know that it's not longer serving you, it has served you before, but you understand perfectly that is no longer serving you and it's time for you to change, and you've thought of changing but you've had this fear. Now I'll be giving you, I think, 3 steps on how to step into that better version of yourself, on how to make that transformation to take place even faster than you ever thought of. And one of it is awareness. Noticing when old rules no longer feels aligned. Notice when this old identity of yours, old personality of yours don't longer feels aligned. You don't longer feel excited saying yes, yes, yes to people. You don't longer feel happy doing things that you know you're not happy doing. You don't longer feel happy doing it. It's time now to be aware when you're trying to say, okay, yes, I'm going to do it. Of course, I'm going to do it. You stop, you pause and understand, is this response that I'm giving right now is being aligned with the whole identity or that old person that I used to be, or is it being aligned with this new person that I'm trying to be? And the third one is detachment. Always remind yourself you are allowed to change. Remind yourself that you are not supposed to remain stuck. You are not supposed to remain with that old identity or those old label that have been snapped to you, that describe you, you are always allowed to change, rewrite your story. Like I said, rewrite your story, rewrite who you want to be. You are always detached from this thought or story that you can't change. You can't change things around you. You can't change your personality. This is who you are meant to be, and this is who you're supposed to be. It's just about you. It's your thought. It's not like you are tied to this identity. It's not like it's a do or die. It's between you if you decide to change and understand that you are allowed to change whenever you want and however you want to make that transformation of change. Don't be attached to every personality, to any personality or label that be attached to you. Detach yourself from it and understand that you're always allowed to rewrite your story, change your story, and move forward and allow growth to take place. And the third one is embodying embodiment. Practice small action that align with who you're becoming. Practice small action that are aligned to who you're becoming. Is something as speak out your mind when it's needed, set boundaries when you think you need to set that boundaries. Also be vulnerable, because when you start speaking your mind, you'll be vulnerable, you'll be open, you'll be able to feel those emotions, especially for men that feel as if I can't feel my emotion, I can't speak out my mind, I can't really feel physically how I'm feeling inwardly, because people are going to judge me. Because you are a man, you have to stay strong. When you start being vulnerable, you start being truthful to yourself, you feel your emotion, you express yourself in a very responsible way, in a very kind way. People who will still love you for this your transformation, for this new you, that will still love you. People who decide to go will still go, and people who decide to go have never been your people. They just been there because of because of this thing that you were giving them. But now that you've decided to change and move forward and allow growth to take place, they are definitely going to live your life. But people who have always loved you genuinely, they will always remain with you and want to take this change and want to take this step with you. So especially for women that you've always have this thought personality that I've never be good with money, I've never be good with money, I spend lavishly, I can never save, I can never keep money. When you start taking aligned action, start making this change, start stepping forward to your with your true self, start allowing freedom of becoming, you start saving step by step, little by little. It's just you opening space, taking the action, doing the work, and step by step you're becoming the better version of yourself, and you're allowing this growth to take place, and you're letting go and detaching from this old identity, this old personality, and you are embodying this new personality, this new identity. And you embodying this new identity, personality is not a force. It's not a force that you have to come to this place, but it's not also a force that you have to die with this person or this story that I've always been bad with money. Is not also a force that you have to remain like this. Yes, you've had this story for long, you've known about this, so it has served you, but when you're done with it, you have to let go and embody this new story of, yes, I'm good with money, yes, right now I know how to save, I know how to spend wisely. So love, thanks for staying till this time, and thanks for watching this video to this end. I think and I know that this video impacted you of releasing old identity. Old identity is something that you don't have to be stuck with forever and think that you can't change or you can't do anything about. You can always change old identity, rewrite your story, become a better version of yourself, or even a new person. You are always allowed. And before we go, I'll be using this to close this video, that every time you release an old version of you that's no longer serving you or helping you at a step or point that you are right now in your life, you are creating space for your authentic self to shine. You're creating space for your authentic self to shine. You're releasing, you're creating space for better things to come in, to fill that space and take charge of that place. But when you continue shrinking and thinking that there's nothing you can do, you can't change it, this is how you were born, this is how you're going to remain till you die. You're shrinking and there's no space for something better to come in, to change your life or transform your life. So thanks for watching this video to the end. I'll be seeing you tomorrow again on my next video, which is Saturday video. Don't forget that I love you and I got you. Peace.